Hello everyone, Rodrigo from Devlin Launch. I will hide my camera, okay? This project it is about WebSockets communication, okay? Using action cable, and it is possible to handle this with Ruby on Rails API using Redis, the protocol WebSocket, and having real-time connection with JS frameworks. So let's start. We have here in the channels uh, a lot of engineers actually handle in Ruby on Rails using Turbo String or Turbo Frame rather with the HTML already rendered in the server. But imagine this scenario. You have the React or React Native or just uh, index with Stimulus.js. It is another framework and receive the connection with JSON response. So you need to render in each framework, in each project. So with this, it is possible when we have the channel transmission. But first, let's start with that. How we can identify the connection by user. In the most of case, it is possible to use here user model authentication with token and another approach. But for now, it is just an example. I just have this um, parents email, okay? So the current user in the application cable will be the email that is in or and that is in address, okay? Um, this is the channel, okay? Imagine that we also have the room ID string from it is what the identification over the channel that we have. Imagine this. You need to start the string with identification. With that, you can have the direct connection between another framework using WebSocket protocol. This method receive it is when something um, when you got something in your API using the protocol and the data is almost the same that we have like a params, like we already have the room. Now the sender, it is the sender email, receiver email, the content, it is content, and now we can create a message. Let's go to the message model. Here we have the payload. It is a hash with ID, content, created at, sender and receiver. And after create, we broadcast using active cable broadcast room ID, and the action will be new message. Here is the magic. In the most of case, we use broadcasting to stream from or something like that. But now we are using action cable to send this message. It is a JSON to our client. Okay, and let's go to development. As you can see, allow it for any kind of local host. It is just for testing, so I disable the protection, and now I also have the cable endpoint, right? With course also allowed for any kind of IP address in the and I am using Redis like I already mentioned. Okay, so let's start with the React with Vite. This is chat, and here we have the chat component. Of course, a lot of functions maybe can be in, can have different approach, like moving this to another file, but we have the room ID or API, the cable, WebSocket address. The email will be this one, it is fixed, okay? And when we receive the message, we already have the, let's see, in the message, sender email will be message sender email, or when this not exists, sender email. Also, the content will be this one, and create the merge message. This is a little bit complicated because it's like a incoming message and current message. It is like a add in the last position the message that is incoming. Okay, timestamp short, and here is the chat. I have the selected email. It is this select messages, input test, it is connect history, history error, and also some references. So current email, it is current option, it is what is selected email. Let's go. Here we use the API to fetch all the messages that I already have. And with that, if is month, we add the messages. As you can see, response, it is a JSON. Let's check, right? And now load history, okay, and return is mountain false. Sorry. Cable, it is, we are using this package, Rails action cable, and with this it is possible to consume the current cable. As you can see, the consumer, it is the sender email that we have here in the connection. And now this is the consumer, is the subscription. Now it is starting with this channel. I have the same name that we have in Rails, and the room ID. Connected, set is connected, and receive, it is like a, when the data, it is a new message, set message is merged with previous, and now with an array with data message. Okay, let's go to this one. No, sorry, it is in message. New message payload, and we have content here, data message, new message, the action, let's check, new message. So when something in Ruby on Rails dispatch using broadcast, the React will receive, because it is connected using WebSocket, and let's see. Scroll to top is just to effect move to end of the scroll. We have here everything that we don't need to discuss, like is on, it is right, and if it is in another uh, direction, move to left. Okay, if it is connected, show this. Now let's go to chat with stimulus. I don't know if you know, but stimulus, you don't need to have anything in your server. Like if you have um, React application, you need to have a lot of package and install JS. But with um, the stimulus JS, you don't need that. We have here the, let's check, CDN. It is here. As you can see, using direct from Hotwire and also CDN with the action cable. We have the controller with these targets. As you can see, we also have the same that we have in React application like API, WebSockets address, room ID, and let's start. The connect, it is like the setup, and we have message here. Now handle messages. It is this method, like we don't have nothing here. And now let's fetch. Let's check just a second. Here, load history. And a message and load history. Load history will be this method calling the message. It is okay. Also get the JSON and merge messages. Okay, and after handle message, we start with an empty, and when we have the result from the server, as you can see, connected, and now handle message. When we send a message, we prevent the full input target. It is this one, and subscription sent. Let's see, subscription is consumer create subscription with the same channel ID when it is connected text. And Tool Composer. Let's Tool Composer. It is input target disable, send button disable. It is because when we change from another to another user, we disable this to the text area and the button, but it's really fast, so you don't almost don't understand about that. It is really fast. Let's see. As you can see, we have here the message. Scroll to the top, and in the end of the page, the HTML, we start the application and register the chat. As you can see, the main, it is chat controller. It is the values of everything that we have here, like the targets. And with that, we have something like this. Hello, everyone. Hi. Um, from the sender, from the receiver. As you can see, we have direct connection, and here without any kind of server. Okay, thank you. Bye.